everyone, welcome back to another episode of TamsCraftyKnits. If you'd like to follow me on social media, the best place to do that is Instagram at TamsCraftyKnits. So if you feel like following me there, I post what I'm working on, deals, hauls, things like that there. Speaking of hauls, I have recently ordered some ice yarn and that arrived yesterday, and I have posted the haul and kind of talked a little bit about my experience ordering with them. So I will put a link to that video down below if you have not watched that. And Kelly, if you're watching, I have read your comment on that video. I just haven't got back to replying yet, but I will do that because I was looking at it on my phone, and yeah, I just prefer replying on the computer versus my phone. But yeah, definitely go and check that out if you want to see what I got. So it's been quite a while since I have filmed a podcast. I actually thought it was longer than what it has been. Apparently it's been about 3 months since I've done a podcast. Excuse me, I've just had dinner, so excuse me. And I'm filming in my pajamas again because why not? Technically it's my Friday, so tomorrow is a public holiday, so why not? I've been doing it quite a bit since I last podcast. I have discovered amigurumis and I've been getting back into crochet. I really have not done any knitting at all, which I really need to get back to it because I have quite a few socks on the go and a shawl that I really need to finish. And yeah, I've picked up the crochet bug again. So I have all the stuff that I've finished in here, so it's all in one spot. And I've been making a few bits and pieces because I would like to go to markets and start selling my stuff. I mean, I have my Etsy shop, but I want to go to markets as well. So I'm just going to kind of get some things out of here. No, I don't need that one. I've just put some of the other things in here as well. So I will start off with amigurumis. So this is the very first actual toy that I made, so I am actually going to keep this one. It is actually out of the Zoomagurumi, I think is what it's called, book. Yeah, this little tail, and obviously there's some gaps here where you can see the filling, stuffing, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he was the first one that I actually ever did, so I'm going to keep him for myself. But I have done a smaller one, and he's just done in some acrylic, so is this one. And I was in the process of ordering some safety eyes, so that's why he has sewn on eyes, and his ears are a bit funny, but you know what, it kind of makes him unique. So he has his little tail. So I've done him, and this is the same pattern as this, it's just done with a smaller hook. This one I'm pretty happy with too. I got this pattern for this is actually out of a Total Crochet amigurumi book that I picked up at the newsagent. It's just a pattern book, so it's a little mouse with a little dress on, and she's got a little tail there. And again, she has her sewn on eyes and mouth. I really need to get better at sewing on the mouth and eyes and things. I've started another ladybug, which I actually don't have. I will show you because the day after I finished her, someone purchased her. So let's see, I will have a photo of her. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen these photos. But she was pretty big. She was bigger than I expected, so I think I've gone down a hook size on the other one that I'm working on, but it's still pretty big. So yeah, this is her. I did have some issues getting her head to not be so wobbly, but yeah, she's pretty cute. I'm really tempted to keep her for myself, but I'm like, no. So then I started doing some hats and cows. This set I think I'm going to send to my friend Courtney. And this is using some cake yarn that I actually got here, but you can actually get it online from, I think it's ausyarns.com.au, but the cheaper shops, like, you know, dollar shops, things like that, they actually sell it around here. So I've got an adult hat and a cow. So I think I'm going to send those to my friend Courtney, who lives in America. Oh, I forgot one of my amigurumis. And this one has the safety eyes on it. Now, I know safety eyes is choking hazard for children under 3. So I'm going to have some that have safety eyes and some that have sewn on eyes. And I will put a disclaimer and say that, you know, there's a choking hazard, be warned, you know, it's best to give them to children who are over the age of 3. I mean, you've got to be pulling pretty hard to get them off. But the other amigurumi that I made is, I don't know if you'll see it too well, this octopus. It's pretty cute. And he was made out of some Red Heart Aran that I got from Big W, and he's pretty cute too. Then I've just been making some hats. So this one came about, you can see it's got some pink and some black in it, and the pinkish maroon yarn that's in here, it was actually from ice yarn. It was the first ice yarn that I bought, but it was really thin, like it was a lot thinner than I expected. So I knew that I needed to kind of add it with another yarn, so I tried out making a hat, and I'm actually pretty happy with how this one turned out. So then I made a child's hat, like a baby hat, and this is actually out of some Millen's yarn that I got from Spotlight here in Australia, which is like a big chain craft store. Then I found this pattern in a crochet beanies book, which is actually here. It's from the 20 to Make line of books, and this one, if I can find it, is, I think it's that one. Pretty sure it's that one. Yeah, this is the Colour Fun hat. So yeah, I really like these books. So this is actually yarn, it's Knit Picks Brava worsted, and it's a really slouchy hat, and I added the handmade button on there, so it is pretty slouchy adult hat. This, I was trying out this yarn, I think I'm only going to use it for amigurumis, if I even buy any more of it. I did a child's hat, excuse me, and a little dress. However, I did wash this and it really didn't soften up at all, which is a bit disappointing. Ooh, sorry, the power's dipping. We've had a major storm rolling through, like lightning, thunder, heavy rain. There's supposed to be hail. So if I go out in the dark, you'll know why. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with this. I don't know. But those. Then I had this yarn, and again it's Mill Ends from Spotlight. And I think I'm going to keep this hat for myself. I love the colours of this. And I have a bunch more of it. It fits me really well. Covers your ears and it's really soft acrylic. And I like how the pom-pom turned out too. So I think, I mean, I don't really need another hat for myself because I've made myself quite a few. But I can't resist keeping this one for myself. Plus I have more yarn so I can make another one to sell. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep this one for myself. I'm also tempted to keep both of these for myself too. This one is actually pretty funny. I don't know what I did. I think I accidentally added stitches because if you look here, it's all even until you get to here and there's extra stitches on each side. So I'm not quite sure what I did. I don't know. Obviously when it's on you don't notice, but I'm going to keep this one for myself. And then with the leftover, this was another cake, I've got another one in this colour and then like a green. I'm just looking at it, it's got like brown, orange, like a beigey colour, some blue, some green. And I made another one of these hats, but I just didn't make it as slouchy. So, and I really like this one too. It's really nice. I like it. I like it. And then I thought, you know what? Let's make some headbands. Why not? So again, with the same yarn, I whipped up this one. I felt like it needed something, so I decided to do a flower. But I don't know if the flower is too big for the headband. I don't know. I'll put it on and you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. Like if I even like put it, I mean, ignore the crazy hair, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if it's too big for the headband. And then I've been doing a child's headband. This one is another adult one, and I've got a Eiffel Tower button. And then I totally forgot that I had these big wooden buttons, so I've done an adult one, this button, in obviously chunky yarn. So yeah, those are the projects that I've been finishing. Put them all back so I know where they are. But yeah, it's been fun getting back into my crochet. I feel like I haven't really done any in ages, so it's nice to kind of be doing it again. A project, oops, that I'm working on at the moment. Oh, and I forgot to grab that. Oh no, it's just down there, I can show you. Oops. This is a pattern by Bob Wilson 123. I have actually added extra stitches near the armhole because I feel like it kind of, I wanted it to be, there to be a bit more room there. But this is just a basic little child's top. This is like 0 to 3 is it 0 to 3 or 0 to 6 months? Maybe it's, I can't remember now. I did look at the size, but yeah. And this is just in the Knit Picks Bravo Worsted again, in the Tranquil colorway. And this is actually a really nice acrylic to work with as well. And I'm using a 4mm hook. Speaking of hooks and whatnot, I think I'd actually heard somebody else talking about this, and since we have Amazon Australia now, mind you, this came from China. I did not know that when I ordered it because it didn't say on their actual like profile. It wasn't until it went to ship that I realized it was coming from China. Yeah. Some of the things I've taken out, but I'll put a link to it down below, so if you want to go and see all of what's in there, you can. I chose the polka dot case. So when you open it, that's the other side. I was going to open this side first. As you can see, now there's this hook, this white hook here is the Knit Pro one. I've just put it in there so that I know where it is. So you get all of the hooks. They range from, I believe, 2 to 6. Yeah, 2mm to 6mm, which is really nice. They're really nice quality. I honestly have just been using the ones that have come in this kit since I got it. You also get some cable needles, some plastic needles to weave in your ends, but I got rid of those because I have metal needles that I use. You do get some lockable stitch markers, a row counter, you get a pair of scissors and a couple of stitch holders and a tape measure. I actually replaced the tape measure that came in it with this one because the measurements on the one that came with it were a bit off, and Cheryl did tell me that could happen. And you also get scissors in there, which are in here, but I actually prefer these ones. And as you can see, I've got some of my other crochet hooks in here. Some of them, they have the same, actually no, the only thing is I kind of wish this type of storage was on this side, so that you could kind of put more hooks in there, because these little pockets, not all the hooks will fit in there, hence why I've got some over here as well. But for this whole kit and everything that came in it, it was $23.99 and free shipping. So yeah, I mean, I think it took maybe a week to get to me, I think. And there's a bunch of different styles of the actual case. I haven't had any issues with the case, with the hooks, anything that came in it. But yeah, it would make a nice gift for someone who's a crocheter, because you never have too many crochet hooks. And you know, with all the little bits and pieces, it's in one compact thing, because I went looking for something that I could just hold all my stuff in for crocheting, because my interchangeable needles have their own case, and so I was just looking for something that I could put all the other bits and bobs in, as well as my crochet hooks. So yeah, highly recommend this. I think they have it on Amazon in America as well. I don't know about the UK. They may have something similar, but yeah, I really like it. And I mean, obviously the crochet hooks, they're not the best quality. They're not like a Knit Pro or etc, you know, but they are really nice, and all of them have the metal tips on them, which is something that bugs me about other brands of crochet hooks, that they don't have the metal tips on them. It does have a ergonomic handle, so so to speak. There's grooves where you can put your fingers, and it's also the different sizes are not going to rub off, because as you can see they are well and truly printed in there. Or is it embossed or something? I don't know. But yeah, I've really been enjoying these ones. So yeah, that is what I've been up to and what I've been working on. Thank you guys so much for watching and for staying subscribed to my channel, and welcome to the new subscribers. I know Kelly gave me a shout out, so thank you, Kelly. I did already thank her in my yarn haul video, but thank you, Kelly. So I have gained a few new subscribers. I know YouTube has changed the whole monetization thing. To be honest, I'm not too worried about it because I've never really made anything off this channel anyway. I just kind of do it for fun and to share what I'm doing and learn from other people that I've met through the community. On my beauty channel, which I don't really do anything with anymore, to be honest, and I've had a couple of different channels for that. To give you an idea, I had them for, I think one of them was 5 years, and in that time I think I made $100. That's it. Keep in mind that was obviously with a network. Don't ever sign up to a network, they are a nightmare. So yeah, I'm not really fussed whether I'm able to monetize them or not. I don't know if I have, obviously I don't have enough subscribers. I think last time I looked I had 90 subscribers, so I think, what is it, 1,000, so they're not gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, I just do it for fun, and I just like sharing what I'm making and seeing what everyone else is making as well. So thank you guys for watching. If you're not interested in the life stuff, then I will see you guys next time. For those of you who are interested, here we go. So I hadn't been feeling that well kind of leading up to this, and as you guys know, I work with children, so with them, sharing is caring. You're gonna pick up stuff. Colds, gastro, viruses. It is what it is. When you've worked in the industry for a while, your immunity builds up and you don't get sick as often, but when you first start, just be prepared to get everything that's going around. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, I hadn't really been feeling that well, and initially I thought I had a gluten intolerance, but I ended up getting a really bad case of gastro. Like, it was going around my work, and yeah, I picked it up. To make matters worse, the day before I actually had a tooth taken out, because I'd had a root canal done on it, and like, you know how they have to revisit the root canal so before it's actually like finalized. Well, it was giving me grief, and I really couldn't justify spending the money to get another root canal like done on it. So I said to the dentist, look, let's just take it out. It's towards the back of my mouth, I don't really care. I do have one here, missing here, but that one had a crack. I'd broken it off and they rebuilt it, and then it just completely snapped off again, so they had to take it out. And I'm not as self-conscious about it as what I used to be, but I mean, I know it's there. it's you know, not there anymore. So yeah, I had a tooth down here towards the back, take it out. That was fine. The dentist said, look, take a couple of days off, just rest. I'm kind of glad she did, because, or was it Wednesday? No, sorry, that was the Wednesday I had the tooth out, and I was supposed to work Thursday and Friday. So Thursday wasn't too bad, kind of felt a bit average within myself and a bit yucky in my stomach, things like that. I thought it was probably just something I've eaten, or maybe something, because I was thinking I had a gluten intolerance. I thought, oh, maybe it's just there's gluten in something, you know. And then like 2 o'clock, early 2 o'clock Friday morning, I woke up with like severe stomach pains, and I was like, what is going on? What is going on? And it just progressed. And I mean, you guys can use your imagination, but I was dealing with both parts of the gastro, if you get my drift. I'm not going to be too graphic, but you know what I mean. So, and it just did not stop. It did not stop. I couldn't keep anything down. It was horrible. So at about 6 p.m. Friday night, we decided to go to the hospital because I couldn't keep anything down. I was really dehydrated, and it was a long process. I got to the hospital. I actually had someone else drive me, so we didn't get there. Like, we went to the hospital in my town, but I had to wait till after 7 to get someone to take me. So I mean, I probably could have driven myself, but you know, my mother being my mother would not let me do that. And they, you know, 20 questions, this, that, the other, and they were like, yep, okay, the doctors said that you're gonna get hooked up to a drip, we're gonna run some fluids and some medication to stop the stomach cramps and the vomiting, and we'll see how you go from there. Could take a couple hours. This was about 7:30. So my mum went to have some tea, whatnot, and sorry, dog's next door. And then the fun started, because they had to try and get the drip in to someone who was severely dehydrated. And when, this is no exaggeration, they tried twice in this arm, in one or both hands, I can't remember, and they even resorted to trying in my foot. I had 2 different nurses try. I even had 2 different paramedics try. And in the end, the doctor on call had to come in, and he did end up getting it in here, which was a damn pain, because I kept moving and it kept setting the drip machine off. Because you if you move in a certain way, it thinks that the machine's malfunctioning, it's not working properly, so it sets off the alarm on it. Anyway, so I was able to get some sleep while all that was going through, and they'd come in and, you know, check your temperature and blood pressure and all that. So at about 10:30, the drip finally went in, and I didn't actually get home till about 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it wasn't fun. I was still feeling kind of average the next day, had a bit of still some stomach cramps. They can't really do a lot for you, you just kind of have to ride it out. I mean, they can give you some medication for pain and cramps and stuff like that, and vomiting, but other than that, you just have to kind of ride it out, which is... So yeah, after I'd had this bout of gastro, I still wasn't right. I was still getting stomach cramps and diarrhea. So I went to my doctor, explained what had gone on, and he ran a bunch of blood tests. I had to provide samples to be tested, and it came back that no, I wasn't gluten intolerant, however I am lactose intolerant, which isn't fun for someone who really loves dairy and milk. So I've switched over to having lactose-free milk. I was drinking soy milk for a while, but I've kind of gone off that, really. I'm not that big of a fan. I mean, I will drink it if I go to a cafe and they don't have lactose-free milk. I'll just get soy. but yeah, it's been interesting. And you know, lactose free stuff is not cheap either. So I don't have a lot of cheese anymore because it's just expensive. Yogurt sometimes, but not as often, because there isn't really a lot of options for someone who's lactose intolerant for yogurts. I mean, there's a few brands, but that's about it. And I haven't tried lactose free sour cream yet. I haven't been able to get hold of it, but I just kind of just go without because it's better than dealing with the consequences of having dairy. I know you can get medication to have so that your body can digest the dairy, because it's, what's the official thing? I did read it so that I'm telling you the correct information. So, being lactose intolerant is the reduced ability to digest milk sugars due to the insufficient amounts of the gut enzyme called lactase. So that's like the official thing. Yeah, basically your body just cannot digest the dairy. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind lactose free milk, to be honest. If anything, I'm a little bit obsessed with it. I'm drinking more milk now than what I have been before, which I guess isn't a bad thing. I'm not gonna have a calcium deficiency, but yeah, I have to kind of be mindful of dairy in things, because sometimes things that you wouldn't think would have milk solids in them do actually have some form of like a milk derivative. So that's been interesting. But yeah, so that is what has been happening in my life. So that's been enough excitement for me. Still working at my job. I did apply for another one, but I haven't heard back anything from them, so I don't know what's going on with that. I have tried to make contact with them, but I haven't got a response. So what you can do. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I've rambled on quite a bit at the end here, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching and staying subscribed. I hope to do podcasts. I think I'm going to try to aim for every couple of weeks, just so that I have more stuff to show you. I'm not exactly sure what day I will podcast. It will depend on work, because my schedule can be a little bit unpredictable at the moment. To give you an example, I was only supposed to have 2 days work next week. That has shot up to 4. So yeah, hey, I'm not complaining. It is all good money. So yes, I think I will be putting in another ice yarn order possibly next week, or in the next like couple of weeks possibly. Yeah, I think that is all for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.